Smack talking raw, where the legends live and the rookies get schooled in law. This ain't just talk. This is smack talking raw. You ready, Pinky? Judge always Ron. Let's lay the smack down. Boom.
Welcome to another episode of Smack Talking Raw. I'm your boy Pinky, and we got our man Rodstradamus in the house. What's going on, Ron?
What's up, Pinky Dog? How you doing, babe?
Oh, buddy, I'm ready, playa. I'm ready. We're gonna rock and roll.
There's a lot of stuff going on, and we got to be quick about getting to the jump. Welcome to everybody that's coming to Smack Talking Raw. We are really fired up. We got football season starting next week. We got WWE stuff going on. We got Heat Wave. We got SmackDown. We got Raw. We got all these things that just encompass all in one. You know, Pinky, you and I, we're big Bronco fans, and I'm seeing some stuff inside of our lineup, and we've even made some changes that I was a little bit skeptical about. I didn't want to see Vele go, but what we got in exchange for him is just like incredible. J.K. Dobbins coming in. You know, a lot of you you're tuning into Smack Talking Raw. You're like, I don't want to talk football. But you know what? The reason why I bring it up, and I'm going to do my rant real quick, is Monday Night Raw's got to step it up. Otherwise, I'm going to be watching a lot of Monday Night Football. Because right now, the thing I was really paying attention to is that in our NFL season, we at least get rivalries. We get rivalries like the Broncos versus the Raiders, the Broncos versus the Chargers, the Broncos versus Kansas City. You know, those are rivalries that we look forward to. We get dressed up for, get our face painted, and we're ready to get out there and get crazy. When it's coming to WWE programming right now, I'm not really feeling it. It feels like it's all over the place, like they're putting shit on the map at the last possible minute to see if they can get a show together, and it's pissing me off. Like your man Penta, he was the hottest thing coming into WWE when he came in, and how can you cool that off with the coolest entrance, the coolest everything, and now he's just an also ran with regards to the product. Bring Shawn Michaels up, because when I'm looking at what's going on with NXT and what he's doing with the talent up there and everything like that, bring him up, because he at least knows how to get them over. Either that or Triple H has got a little bit of stock in AEW. So that's my rant for today. So there's that.
Ron, you will get no argument from me. I am so pissed off after this latest version of Raw. My girl, Stephanie Vaquer, had a title match at Clash in Paris, and they just took it from her. She's out. No title match at Clash in Paris. She's out. And I know what they're doing. This is the last PLE on Peacock. The next PLE will be WrestlePalooza, and it'll be on ESPN. And I bet you that's where she's going to be winning her title. And we're going to talk about it, but Clash of Paris, I got a feeling it's going to be very formulaic. We're not going to get anything crazy, just because they're going to hold off the crazy stuff for ESPN. They want people to tune in. But how can you do that to her? She was on the flyer. She's got a cool picture of her just by herself with the Clash in Paris Van Gogh art that they did. And then you take her off completely?
Yeah,
come on now.
Oh man. I'm looking at WWE programming. like I watch 90 Days Fiance with my wife when I watch that program with her. That's the show where people come from foreign countries here to the United States and they have to get married within 90 days. And it's absolute just chaos, right? It has its interesting parts, but it's like all of a sudden you got Jey Uso, CM Punk, and LA Knight all fighting amongst each other when they're supposed to be band of brothers somehow. The storylines just don't make any damn sense right now, and it's pissing me off because I'm busy right now. I do mortgages. If you want a mortgage, hit me up. I'll give you more fun and more entertainment than what we're seeing in WWE right now, and that's getting you a loan and all that sort of stuff. But anyway, long story short, when I'm watching the product right now, John Cena and Logan Paul, they had the best of the best from this past week of wrestling, because John Cena actually went in on Logan Paul, and a lot of the stuff that they said was John Cena saying it like it was, because The Rock did that to John Cena a few years ago and pulled his panties up and said, you know what, you got to bring your game up. You know what I'm saying? So this is John Cena's bringing Logan Paul and saying, hey, you know what, you have all the talent and everything like that, but brother, you know, you've only wrestled 23 matches here in 4 years. I like that angle of where he went there. He's like, if you want to get more rep here and get people to start getting behind you, you got to put more time in here. Don't tell me you're a full-timer if you're wrestling less than I am.
It was a good promo, man. That was a good one. I enjoyed the hell out of that. But I think everything just comes down to they've got too many PLEs. They're stacking too many PLEs. They have to come. They none of the PLE. You know, you don't build up enough of a storyline. If somebody wrestles at a PLE, that's it. Like, they build up this 2-week event and then that feud is done. They move on to the next thing, and it's just there's no continuity. It's bad booking. Triple H could do better. Shawn Michaels could absolutely do better. Speaking of Shawn Michaels, let's talk a little bit about Heat Wave. For a 2-hour show, man, this thing was rocking
the whole time.
It was bam, 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 and they hit all the notes. Crowd was going fire. Man, what did you think of Heat Wave?
You know, the only thing I didn't like was the tag team match. I thought it was a little bit all over the place with regards to, Hank and Tank. They're pretty entertaining. They remind me of like a better Bushwhacker team. But the Dark State, I like what they're doing. I love their whole vibe. They got good energy and everything like that. And them taking the titles and making it happen. That was a solid match. The girls, again, they really, you had Jada Parker versus Kalani Jordan and Lola Vice. And Lola Vice, she's a superstar. She is right behind Stephanie Vaquer, ready to take it on to the next level. Like, give her a year and she'll be up in the main roster, bringing the same attention that Stephanie Vaquer is. She's something else. I love her.
Is that her skills or her ass, though, Ron? Like, which one is it?
I mean, let's keep it 100, homie.
I mean, I know where I'm going with that. Her leg kick thing is a little off for me. It's not smooth, so I don't know. I always kind of look at that and I'm like, but she is definitely fun and she's nice to look at. So I did enjoy that match with her, Jada Parker, and Kalani Jordan, who were all three great wrestlers. Like, all three of those ladies put on a really good match. It was quick, good way to start the show. And our girl Lola Vice got the dub.
You know what? You remember what you said about Stephanie Vaquer, and just in case you ever run into her in person, I have a clip of where you said about her, she's bad, but except for the mug, right? So when you go to talking about who's who, it's always been the package, baby. So then the next match we had was JC Jane versus Masha Slamovich and Ash by Elegance, formerly known as Dana Brooke. And I was really impressed by Dana Brooke because I hadn't seen her wrestle under the TNA brand. And she's a lot different competitor now. And she was involved in a lot of the spots that were going on inside of the ring. I really like the fact that they put her over because she's a familiar face to the WWE product, and it just gives that nice little bridge going over. So kudos to TNA and WWE doing something right, because at least if Ash by Elegance is winning, it brings over their character into the WWE audience to make it so that, okay, maybe I can get some of these people to come over to watch the TNA brand a little bit more.
Right.
What do you?
I don't like WWE guys holding the NXT or TNA belt for too long.
Right.
I think it's good. Trix had it way too long. Like it needs to get back over to TNA. JC Jane had this one fairly short. It wasn't very long. It was good. It kind of brought the spotlight to it. I will say for Ash, I saw her outfit. I didn't get to really watch the match much. That was one of the ones I was trying to catch up today. I was glad that they fixed her wardrobe. I don't know if you saw her match on NXT on Tuesday. She was doing this a lot, pulling up a lot on Tuesday, and I was like, girl, they could get you something that holds it a little bit better. Those things are gigantic. To wrestle with that, she's gonna have some back problems, man. You already get back problems as a wrestler. You don't need any help.
Yeah, you don't need any help. You don't need to be double body slam, is what you're trying to get at.
Yeah. But, so I saw she had won. I kind of looked at the results, so that was good. And that take that belt back to TNA, and I think this does help continue to build that relationship, which I think WWE is going to buy TNA. I think
so too,
because they're talking about putting TNA on like Wednesday or Thursday nights to go against AEW.
Yeah, that'll make wrestling so much better because it won't be WWE going directly against them. It'll boost up the TNA brand. It'll actually boost up the AEW brand. So it'll make the Wednesday night like the Monday Night Wars, but WWE can be an outside watcher of the whole thing. I love it.
That's what we need. That's what we need, man. So I didn't catch that one. I didn't catch all of the Hank and Tank. I know Dark State ended up winning. I did catch my boy All Ego, baby. Oh, man. That match was so much fun.
So fantastic.
They were just talking trash all the whole time. And I loved it because you know what it does? 12-year-old me would have hated Ethan Page. I would have hated him. I'm like, that dude's a douche. I don't like him. Adult me's like, that's my guy. And when he talks trash, and he was messing with Tyra May, he was messing with Tavion, Chelsea Green was. Oh man, I loved it. What'd you think?
I love Ethan Page. I love Chelsea Green too. She is such a character, very underrated with regards to what it is that she does as a character. You haven't met Zack Ryder in person. I have, also known as Matt Cardona. He is such a shy dude. I got a chance to have dinner with him and Ivory at WrestleMania 31, and there's this restaurant outside of where they had WrestleMania, and I got a chance to sit down and talk with him. That dude is so shy. And Chelsea Green, it was before Chelsea was involved with him, what have you. She has got such bubbly personality, so it would be interesting to see how those two mesh together because he is so shy. But anyway, love the match. I think that this grouping inside of NXT is a great place for Chelsea and the Secret Service to be in play, because in the main roster they should have a place, but they're just really not getting the run that they should have inside of that place.
Absolutely. The fact that Chelsea Green was the best U.S. title holder and actually did defend it, and then brought out her whole character. And then once they took the belt from her, they just stopped really like doing stuff with her. And I was like, why? This is working. This is great. Her matches are great. She's great in the ring. Her character's great. She's funny. She's mean. She's bitchy. Like she's got it all. Like that's what we want. That's like again, SmackDown. I was excited to see what was Chelsea Green gonna do. What was Chelsea Green gonna say? And there's not many folks that I really have that. So
I mean, we've talked about it recently, and we're talking about like wrestler of the year. And for the first time, I'm thinking that the wrestler of the year, and I'm talking about all promotions, is Toni Storm, because I don't watch a lot of AEW programming, but whenever something pops up and her face is on it, I want to see what Toni Storm is talking about because she's crazy.
My YouTube algorithm directly knows Toni Storm, send it to Pinky. Like he's gonna watch. It knows because every time she has something come up, I get it on my algo, and it's like, yep, I'll watch that. It knows. So, and she's amazing. She's definitely the wrestler of the year. And again, I Chelsea's not quite on that level, but I would relate that like just everything she does works really well, and there's just no reason why they don't have storylines or plots for her. I do enjoy that she's in this playground of NXT. And I think she's been there playing around for a little bit. That makes a little more sense than Nia Jax has been down there kind of playing around. And that one's kind of like, that one hasn't quite worked the way that Chelsea Green has. Chelsea Green's been just natural down in NXT right now. So,
yeah, I think Chelsea Green should like really hone in her her talent so that she can become a main, because she's a main eventer. I mean, she's had matches with Penta in the past. If you haven't seen those matches, ladies and gentlemen, go and turn that on YouTube. She had some incredible matches with Penta, man versus woman, and put down, and she threw down with Penta. Penta's a superstar.
That's a great match when she was Reclusa. That was a great match, man. So, yes, absolutely recommend that one for sure. So, thankfully, the Canadians came out on top, and I love it. I love it. I kind of want, I don't think you can buy it. I kind of want the Ethan Page NXT belt that's got the Canadian on it. I find that just awesome.
Well, I'm going to tell you like this. I have some connections at ICE, and I'm going to be calling them on you. And I got this recorded now. So if somebody comes and visits you at the house, you turncoat, we're going to get you. Blake Monroe versus Jordan Grace. So a little bit about this match. I am familiar with Blake Monroe when she was in the other organization and with her feud that she had with aforementioned Toni Storm. Incredible series of matches. My problem with this match and my problem with how TNA and WWE has handled Jordan Grace is they have buried her now. And she was the TNA Knockouts champion for a long time. So it's one of those things to where you don't sacrifice your talent. You know, like how do you bring Jordan Grace back up? She's taken like 3 or 4 consecutive losses in main event type matches. So how do I get behind her?
Well, so here's the thing, Ron, for me. I think Jordan Grace is awesome, whether she has a title in her hands or not. To me, she's one of the few folks in NXT that right now, without a title, is still great. On the men's side, I think Ricky Saints doesn't have a title, but most of the things he does is great. And I feel like, and again, I don't know the politics behind getting them to the main roster, but get them to the main roster. Because again, they don't need a title. They're getting over. The fans love them. They have that aura. They have that presence. They've done their time in other promotions to where they don't really need the development. They're there. They're ready. Get them. You know, sometimes I feel like we're keeping hold of these guys too long in NXT, and that's probably just because they don't know what to do with them, which is dumb. Like it's not rocket science. Jordan Grace against Nia Jax. That's a great match.
Great match.
Jordan Grace starting to face off against Tiffany Stratton. I'd watch that. I'd watch that in a heartbeat. Jordan Grace, the underdog, the girl who was never told she was pretty, always told she was fat, she went out and she changed her life, and she's ready to take over. And now she's ready to beat down all the pretty girls. I want to make them all ugly ducklings. Boom. Easy.
Well, in NXT, Shawn Michaels is doing an incredible job of booking right now. I mean, he just is. And this is one of those that I just feel like he missed. He either needed to do a double disqualification and make this feud even more personal, or give Jordan Grace like she dominated and win, and then like make Blake Monroe fight a little bit longer and harder to get back into the thrones, because you can't sacrifice someone like Jordan Grace. I understand what you're saying about she doesn't need a title, but she doesn't need to lose all the time either.
Absolutely true. Absolutely true. I thought this was a good match. I enjoyed I thought Blake Monroe, this was probably her best match that I've watched in NXT. She flowed a lot smoother. It wasn't choppy. I think some of her other matches, she didn't seem on point. Like whether she wasn't hitting the right spots just right, everything kind of seemed slow. Maybe she was thinking too much. This looked natural. Maybe, and that could be Jordan. Maybe Jordan helped get her, and kind of like what Gunther does for folks. It's hard for you to have a bad match with Gunther. He will lead you through the match. He'll take you through, and you guys will end up with a good spot. Jordan may have done that here. I thought Blake Monroe looked great in this match. Outcome-wise, I could agree with you. Like, Blake Monroe can still lose a couple and then boom, stick the rocket on her ass, right?
Right.
And it's easy to do. She's gorgeous, man. She's got fans loving her anyways. I was chatting with one of my other buddies who's a big wrestling fan. I don't think he has enough wrestling fans in his life, because he'll text me and we'll just chat wrestling. And we were both chatting back and forth, and I'll send him some pictures of Blake Monroe when they pop up. And he was like, man, I don't know about, I don't usually pay for OnlyFans, but if she had one, I think I might.
I keep hearing that term, and I'm glad I was an old guy when that came out, because otherwise I would be subscription heavy on that thing once upon a time. I'm grateful for that.
I know. If you don't get started, you won't go down that black hole. Just don't get started. Because you'll find a lot of folks to support their way through college.
So in the main event, we got Obafemi, the most dominant NXT champion of all time. And I think that one of the things that entices me to say this is the fact that he is so dominant that I know that Javon is your man's. But like he didn't look, even though he looked like he belonged in there, he didn't belong in there because Oba is so dominant, right?
Oh, man.
So I think they should have an NXT versus World Heavyweight Championship match, champion versus champion. They both get both titles if they can, and Obafemi beats Seth Rollins or whoever's champion, what have you, so that he defends the title. He's so good. He should be defending titles on both brands and just immediately be introduced into the main storyline. He is fantastic. The only thing that I want to see is our man come up and take him out, Mr. Troy.
They've kind of cooled him down a little bit lately. Maybe I don't know if he's hurt, maybe a little bit. They've kind of cooled him down. They let Ricky Saints take care of him. And then I think maybe he's on vacation. He's been working for a while, so maybe he's on a little bit of a vacation. But Oba's just so good, man. When he picked Javon up and threw him onto the announce table, I was like, oh, damn.
Yeah.
And because there's no protecting yourself from that.
Right.
Like, you're going to hit and that you're going to feel that tomorrow for sure.
That's what it does. That's for sure. For sure.
And I loved, and again, I thought this was, David and Goliath, right? Which always plays a great story. You've got this monster versus the smaller guy. How does the smaller guy beat that monster? Well, in this case, he didn't. He didn't. He got hyped up. He got some good stuff in. He was bouncy, as he always is. But and then again, I'm just on the train of like, why are we wasting time with Oba anymore? Like, ain't nobody beating Oba. I don't need Oba to be, NXT champion for 400 days. Like, he's done 200 and some days. It's time to move.
Yeah, he's ready. He is so ready with regards to his upside is he's a superstar now. So find a way to. I wouldn't even let him lose the NXT championship. I would have him take it with it. Yeah, just vacate it and be like, I don't need this title anymore. I want to go fight for real titles now.
Yeah. Oh, dude, him and Bronson Reed, him and Braun Breaker, him and Gunther. Like, these are matches I want to see. Like, I'm like, this is pay-per-view, baby. Let's go.
He's so dominant. I'm thinking he needs somebody like Brock Lesnar, like in his prime. He needs to fight. Like, Obafemi is dominant. He's exciting to watch because he's a new kid, new era, and they've built him up right. He's like Ahmed Johnson, if you remember him many years ago.
Right,
but
yeah.
He's a more polished Ahmed Johnson. He's an incredible, incredible talent.
All right, Ron. Well, it was a great weekend for Heat Wave and NXT, but we got some Clash in Paris. We've got things to roll down, and we've got 25 minutes to do it. So let's rock and roll. And I'm going to share my screen. I got us some images to help us out. We're going to start out with where are we at? Here we go. All right. This match actually could steal the show, Ron. I know you might be bored of this, which again comes back to your point of all time, bad booking, right?
Bad booking.
They signed Rusev back, brought him back, and didn't have anything for him to do. And now I feel like they've got Sheamus, and they're like, the fans love Sheamus. Sheamus always puts on a good match. They ain't got nothing for him to do neither. So they were just like, we'll just have them keep fighting. Now, I don't know why they got to keep fighting and take up a spot at Clash in Paris that Stephanie Faker could have had. I'm bitter.
Yeah, I'm really bitter with this one. This is,
but it's a Donnybrook match. They're gonna get nasty. I always like Sheamus, so I do think this will be a fun match. But we could have had this on Raw and been just as happy. So,
if they're gonna build this feud, right? Like, there's not real hatred and anger. Like, I'm not seeing backstage segments to where they're like trying to kill each other so much or whatever, or driving over each other in cars and stuff like that. They used to be a part of the League of Nations, right? They could have built that storyline. It's just one of those things to where it's just like, you guys ain't got nothing to do. We'll start off with the Donnybrook because it'll be great in Paris.
I did like the vignette that Sheamus did this on Raw, where they had him all dressed up and he started talking about Rusev and how Rusev didn't have that killer instinct and he had to bring it out of him. That was a pretty good vignette. I like that. I thought, now if we had a couple more of those throughout before we got this match, I'd be, probably pretty pumped up. But who's going to win?
But it's kind of rehashing the old story between him and Cesaro a little bit.
Right.
When they eventually became tag team partners. If they become tag team partners after this, dude, I am through with it. Because do not rehash stories that are all bad. But anyway,
I hate to tell you, Ron, they don't have tag teams on Raw, so this absolutely could happen. We ain't seen the War Raiders in forever.
Who? No, I'm just kidding.
War Raiders.
I'm just kidding.
New Day. That's it. I don't know anybody else on Raw. That division doesn't exist.
The person that should win the match is Rusev.
I like that. Oh,
What about you? Who do you got?
I think Sheamus is going to win, but Rusev should win. Like, I think it helps continue to build him up. I don't know why you bring him back and you don't, throw him in to be dominant.
Right.
Because they made him look, he's bulked up. He looks like a monster. He needs to be a monster. When he beat what's that guy's name? I always get it wrong. The little Asian guy.
Oh,
with the headband.
Yeah, I know.
Little guy.
I know. Yeah, I got his name.
Kawa?
Tazakawa.
That guy.
Yeah.
Very good guy. Sorry, I mess up your name. I do it all the time. When he messed him up, I was like, oh, damn. And then that wasn't followed up with nothing else. So
nothing. All right. So what next? What match we got next?
Let's go to hold on. Oh, I gotta find a better way to do that. Let's see. All right, we'll start with this one. Roman Reigns versus the tribal thief, Bronson Reed.
So, man, this is another one where it's bad booking, man. You got Roman Reigns, the soon-to-be going to go film a movie, and Bronson, the thief. It's just one of those things to where it's very bad booking. The person that should win is Bronson Reed because it carries him forward in the story. Reigns should get hurt really bad, but I mean, that's just bad booking. It's too predictable. So for that being said, if it's that predictable, Roman Reigns wins, gets his shoes back.
Yeah, I don't say. This comes back to another same thing. Roman Reigns is going to win. Bronson Reed should win to keep building up the dominance of the vision. Like that's what we need. So I kind of feel like as I started looking into the conspiracy theory, these Clash in Paris matches are what they are almost, I believe, because they're like, well, this is the last one on Peacock, so let's not put anything epic out there. Let's just do something, make the fans somewhat happy, and we're going to do something epic for ESPN and WrestlePalooza.
Is ESPN going to carry all of they're just doing the PLEs. So Peacock will have all of the aftermath of all this stuff and everything like that still.
I believe the current deal, Peacock will still have the PLEs after the fact, and they still have some of the back catalog as well.
Okay.
So this is ESPN just paid for the PLE portion of it. So
yeah, the tribal chief so dominant for 4 years, and he still occurs as dominant. But not the same dominance because he doesn't have the bloodline. He was talking about that on Monday Night Raw. I don't have the bloodline anymore behind me, and and it was like whiny tribal chief guy. It just doesn't have the same appeal and aura that it did at a time.
Yeah, he's okay to me. Like I've just never been a Roman guy. He doesn't do it for me. So I expect that he'll win. He'll go on to film his movie, and then we'll see him back maybe by Survivor Series. Maybe we'll see.
And maybe a Cody and him 3 at WrestleMania 42.
Possibly. We'll see.
Or The Rock and him, or something happens. And Saturday night's main event, we got to talk about that because I remember I told you John Cena's last match will be there, and it is. And the only way they can finish that sucker out to have it just be epic would be him and The Rock fighting. If that's what they have built up, that would be incredible.
Oh, man, it'd be crazy. All right, so let's move on to the next one. All right. Becky Lynch versus Nikki Bella. I don't know how I feel about this. I don't know how I feel. What are your thoughts? I know you've got a history with these ladies.
I love this match 10 years ago. Now it's kind of like Trish coming back. You know, Nikki hasn't really wrestled very much. When I see her in the ring, I was never really that impressed with her anyway. Except Nikki Bella's beautiful, Brie Bella beautiful, Becky Lynch, all right. You know, so it has that curb appeal to it, right? But the challenge is that to put on a match Nikki Bella at this stage in her career that's going to be worthwhile with Becky Lynch, I don't know. And I think that the only thing that they can do is have Becky Lynch win here because they need somebody that's going to carry the belt moving forward to continue to keep storylines going, because I don't think Nikki's going to be able to do that.
I kind of feel like Nikki's going to win this one. I feel like Nikki's going to win this one. And maybe it's a disqualification. I just think Nikki somehow, some way is going to win. I think they might move that IC belt back and now let Becky go on back into the main event scene. Like, I kind of want Becky to start feuding like Tiffany Stratton, or we need some challengers for Tiffany. Like, I feel like the challengers that Tiffany has been facing have been somewhat lackluster. And so let's get some of the big gals out there to really lift that back up. Because I think Tiffany's championship reign I think she's gotten better throughout it, but I don't think it's really been that amazing. So,
yeah, I mean, on paper, Nikki Bella versus Becky Lynch is an incredible match. I mean, you got two people that have different eras of them. You know, Becky's still in her era now, and Nikki's outside of her era a little bit. If Nikki can come and bring the fight to the dance, it could become an entertaining match. But I just think, to your point of it's in Paris, it's a throwaway on Peacock, what have you. I don't think that there's going to be anything major that changes. So I think it'll be a good, decent match, but nothing that's really going to move the needle one way, this way or that way, for sure.
Do you think we get Bayley? You think Bayley shows up? Is that a possibility? She's been cutting those weird promos with the voices in her head.
Right. I don't see it happening in Paris at a random pay-per-view. I think that would be more of like a Raw type thing or a WrestlePalooza type thing to give the bang theory of it. Because Clash in Paris is going to be just a kind of meh pay-per-view at best, especially since they took Stephanie Vaquer off the thing. I mean, taking Stephanie off the show, everybody was looking forward to her being on the show. She loses out because Naomi got pregnant. Go get pregnant on your own time. Give me the belt. You know what I mean? Like, I was the next one up. Let me get the belt.
She took it like a champ. In the little promo they did about it when Adam Pearce told her, and she even put out on social media today. She did like a photo shoot, and she put a whole thing like, it doesn't matter who, doesn't matter when, doesn't matter where, I'm going to be the next champ. And I was like, yeah, that's my girl. You tell him. I'll send you the photo. It was nice. She took some nice photos. So
I want you to say that's your girl.
My girl, yeah. That's my girl.
That's your girl.
That's right.
Say
I got
it. Say it.
Stephanie Vaquer is my girl. I got it. Oh. All right, partner. Yeah, we'll just move on. Let's talk about what's the where do we got? There we go. Let's do this one. All right. I mean, is there anything more predictable than this match?
Right.
Seth Rollins is going to win.
Right.
So why are we even doing this?
Because they just need to put bodies on the show. And it's in Paris, and they want to put as many superstars as they can in a 5-match card to make it so that everybody feels like they got their money's worth. Yeah, it'll be a good match. Everybody inside that match is going to bring heat. But when you got the three baby faces fighting amongst each other, it just makes the whole thing way predictable because all Seth Rollins has to do is sit back and just collect the bones.
Right. Any chance the fourth member of the Vision comes out?
Again, it's I would like to say that there's going to be some antics that go on at Clash in Paris. I just don't have any high hopes of anything major happening at Clash in Paris. You know, it's the last PLE on Peacock, and it is what it is. Fourth member of Clash in Paris. It could be really cool who comes out, and like I wish they would have went with Sami Zayn. But now he's on SmackDown, so I know he's not it. Could it be Karrion Kross coming back for
he's booked on Indies now, man. He's booked in October to face Matt Cardona. So I think that ship has sailed.
Yeah, the WWE. Anyway, I'm not gonna. I badmouth WWE. If you come to our programming, you may listen to this show and think that I'm not a wrestling fan. I've been a wrestling fan for 41 and a half years. I came in right after Hogan beat Iron Sheik for the title and began his 3.5-year title reign. I've watched some epic encounters in my life, absolute epics. I've watched Hogan and Andre. I've watched Hogan and Ultimate Warrior. I've watched in person Shawn Michaels versus The Undertaker at WrestleMania 25. I was in person at the Iron Man match, Hitman versus Shawn Michaels.
Damn, that's a match, man.
I was in person for the triple threat, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, and the other dude. I was in person for Seth Rollins, the heist of the century. I was in since so many. I'm such a big fan. You look behind me, I got my belts behind me. I got signed by Hogan, Flair, Cena, Roman Reigns. I got all. I'm a big wrestling fan, and the reason why wrestling pisses me off right now is because it's gone corporate. And so in it going corporate, what's happened is that the product sucks. Because you have to play politically correct and you have to try to get as many people on the stage or get the right people on the stage. And some of them want to be there. Some of them don't want to be there. And this is one of those cases. LA Knight, since he's been back in the WWE, he has been hands down one of the most over wrestlers in professional wrestling. And they have relegated him to like I forget that he's on the roster. He comes out and he does this LA Knight, and it's kind of like L.A. Knight, yeah. And I'm like, all right, cool, he's still here. But then when he's gone, I'm not thinking about him like, oh, he should be a title contender or anything like that. I'm more think like, oh, he's still here. That's terrible booking. CM Punk, he's 47 years old. You're my man, CM Punk. I love you, man. I'm always going to root for you. Good job on winning the title. You got screwed by Seth, which I hate him for the rest of my life. It's over. I got it. Jey Uso, they strapped a rocket ship to him, and he kind of got up to the clouds for a little bit. And then, like, at some point in time, he's Jey Uso, the tag team guy. So you can have the – all right, everybody with me right now. Everybody, let's do it. Come on, ready? Yeet! Right? Everybody can do that. If I prompt you to do it, like everybody that's watching the thing, they're like, okay, let's go. Yeet, 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 right? And you do it enough and people will follow. But the problem is that when you're getting in the ring and they're making you out to be Superman when you're my size, that doesn't work. You're 6 foot, bro. Same size as me. You're not beating Gunther down. Gunther's 6'4", powerful, will chop your abdomen into your backside, right? He ain't playing, right? But Triple H decided he wanted to strap a rocket ship to him. And at the end of the day, what's happened? R-Truth, another one. He's not in this match, but he's another one. He came back and they made all this thing, and the booking sucks ass. And I'm just like, I can't stand this anymore. It's like painful to just drag through the product, because when we're going through the product, I really want to say, oh my gosh, did you see that? If we'd have started our show during WrestleMania 40, which I was at WrestleMania 40 when Cody won. I went to both nights. First time I ever went to a WrestleMania where it was 2 nights. It's exhausting. You got to pace yourself, right? But the thing that I'll tell you is this, is that when I was there beforehand and they were in Vegas and it was like, you had Seth Rollins on the stage and you had Cody Rhodes on the stage and you had The Rock and Roman Reigns. Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes hated each other. And all of a sudden this angle starts happening. You see them defend each other. It's like, whoa, this is like real. Suspended. If we were talking about wrestling back then on Smack Talk and Raw, dude, we would have been jacked. Like, yeah, this is awesome. But ever since WrestleMania 40, the product has gone, because The Rock disappeared. Then he came back and he's like, the 3, remember? What's the 3 about? He came out to the 3 with Roman Reigns out in the ring, what have you, with Cody Rhodes, the 3. Then he comes out and does the Elimination Chamber. Everybody's fired up like this is going to be great. And ever since he dissed us on that, Dwayne, you did us wrong, bro. You did us wrong. We buy your merchandise. We sit up there and we raise our eyebrows and say to people, elbow, you done so many things to do us wrong, yet you sit on the board of the WWE right now. So if you're watching this, Dwayne, and I know that somebody's going to get this to you because our show is starting to pick up speed. As a matter of fact, like and comment about the show. If there's something that you like about it, something you want to see on the show, definitely like and comment, because this is a show for the people. But Dwayne, as you're watching this right now, you are 4 days older than I am, friend. And I'm telling you right now, the product sucks, and it's because of you. You in a battle with your boy, Paul Levesque, and you guys are in a battle, and who's it costing? The fans, TKO. TKO is $3.8 billion in debt because the fact they invested in a product they thought was going to make product better. And we're on Netflix watching a product that's worse than it was on USA. It's better if it was on, like, I don't know, L&M. I don't know, the Hallmark Network. It could be on something like that because it's so Swiss cheese right now. It's hard to watch the product. So, Dwayne, do something. All right. Sorry, Pinky.
You're better than that, Maui. You're better than that. Seth Rollins is going to win. It's going to happen.
Bottom line.
Pretty much the easiest one to call. And then we get the main event. Mr. Never Seen 17, John Cena, and Logan Paul. This is the match I'm excited for. I know the internet wrestling community hates it. I'm digging it. I'm digging this.
So lay it down. What are you digging about it?
I just love. I like Logan Paul a lot. He always puts on a great match. He doesn't put on many matches a year, but when he does come out, he shows out, and he shows up and does some stuff that we haven't seen. And then you got John Cena. He's the hero. Everybody's cheering for Cena now. The Cena heel turn, you could say, was pretty much a failure for the most part. The one thing it got right is at least now when it changed him back to a babyface, instead of getting the crowds kind of cheering and kind of booing, the crowd's completely flipped and they're cheering. Everybody's on Cena now. Everybody's excited to see him. Everybody's excited to see his smile. So I think that plays into this good versus evil, right? Logan Paul's evil. John Cena's good matchup. John Cena's the grizzled vet. Logan's kind of the new outsider guy. And John Cena can teach him some lessons, right? And at the end of the day, Logan Paul will get his stuff in. Cena will play the hits. And Cena's going to drop him, give him an AA, pin him 1, 2, 3. Logan Paul will come back in 3 months and be all right. Like, it doesn't matter. But at least we get we get that joy of seeing John Cena win. That's what we want.
Yeah, I agree with that. John Cena can't lose in his last match in Paris. He's got to win, and it's got to be an equally as good match as him and Cody at SummerSlam. It's got to be equally as good.
I don't know if they can pull that off, but they're sure gonna try. They're sure gonna try. That's a tough call because that match with Cody, everything was done really well. The pacing, the timing, the brawling that they did. I think it'll be hard to replicate that, but I'm excited. This is the match I'm ready for because I really enjoy watching Logan Paul. And I think every match I can't remember a bad Logan Paul match I've watched. So that's me. John Cena's gonna win, baby. Let's go.
You know, I'm thinking back to a match when Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn were defending their tag team titles, and I forget who it was where it was a street fight. That was they came in wearing their Pittsburgh Penguins jerseys and stuff, and they fought somebody, and Kevin Owens did a swanton from like the balcony on somebody, and it may have been the Bloodline, may have been.
I think it was the Bloodline. I think that was a PLE. If I don't.
Yeah, and that's where they lost the belts. Whoever they lost the belts to, that was one of the best matches that I've seen in a long time too. Is that match? That was a great match. I'll have to look it up, and I'll have it for next week's show. So
yeah, let's talk. Let's find that one. Let's watch it and let's talk about it. I like it.
So the thing that I really want to just say is that I know we're in a transition phase here within WWE, and there's a lot of new stars coming up. A lot of stars that'll be transitioning out. We have currently John Cena retiring this year. I would probably say that Brock Lesnar has, if he has until WrestleMania, he's going to be transitioning out. So a lot of people are going to start to transition out. And if you had to pick, who are the top 3 people that you would say are going to lead wrestling into the next era, the next decade?
Man. I'm thinking Cody will, if he doesn't go complete Hollywood, because he's 39, 40. So I think he's still got some good years left in him. Maybe not a decade, but he's still got some good years left in him. So I think Cody, that's such a tough question, Ron. Who do you think might help lead wrestling? I'm not a Braun Breaker guy. I find him boring, character-wise. What he does in the ring, awesome. Character, meh.
So my top 3 that I believe that are going to take WWE into the next era is Logan Paul. I think that eventually he's going to get strapped with a rocket ship to him, and he's going to get several world titles out of him. I think that Braun Breaker is going to be another one that is an incredible asset to this product. And the last one is, and Jarvis Troy, I think that he's going to be one of those guys. He and Obafemi, I think that they're 1-2. They're going to be the next power-packed wrestlers that just take this brand to the next level because they're powerful, believable. They really look like they take it seriously, and I think that those are the 3-4 guys that are really going to take it to the next level. There on the woman product, I'm a huge Stephanie Vaquer fan. I think that she's going to be always in there. Sol Roca, I think that she's going to be another one that just comes up and gets that nod to the next thing. And the last person, and I think that this one is going to be somebody that we're going to talk about a lot over the next 5 years, is Roxanne Perez. Roxanne Perez is going to be another one that just really ups her game to the next level to get her for the next decade. She'll be in play a lot.
Where do you put Julia in that?
How they're using her as the United States champion is really telling, because she's not getting any airtime on TV right now, and she's the champ. And it's just bad booking because Chelsea Green experienced the same thing. I thought putting Julia in the championship conversation, it would make it better. And It's not. It's just you're burying the champ. The champ wasn't at WrestleMania. United States champion wasn't at WrestleMania. The United States champion wasn't at SummerSlam. Why have the belt?
I don't even know if she's defended the belt. I think she defended it once against Selena Vega. She gave her a rematch. And that was actually a decent match. Selena did good. But other than that, we haven't seen her. And she's not injured. So they're doing her dirty. They're doing her
super dirty. Super dirty. So,
all right, Ron. Well, let's wrap it up. What are your closing thoughts, my man?
So my closing thoughts is that, if you're a wrestling fan, eventually it always picks up. We're coming through summertime now. We're going to get ready to go into the fall season. WWE is going to be competing against NBA, NFL, NHL. And so they usually pick up their standard because Vince McMahon a long time ago said, we're not just a wrestling company, we're an entertainment company. So I would expect that coming into the September, October, November, January, all the way till WrestleMania months, we're going to see a big splash. At least I hope so. So if you're a little bit discouraged, it's a little bit understandable right now because the product sucks. But as time goes on, WWE always has a way of just elevating and raising the bar. So I'm really encouraged by that. What about you, Pinky?
Well, I'm just excited for the remainder of the year. Gonna keep watching my man Cena do his thing. I'm hoping that my two guys, Jacob Fatu and Penta, get a push sometime this year. I know Jacob, he's right there. He don't need to mess with the MFTs and Solo anymore. That's done. Let's get Jacob messing with Seth Rollins and who's on SmackDown, Cody Rhodes, and let's have him feuding with somebody over there. Let's put a rocket on his ass and let's see what's up. He's all gas, no brakes. Yada I mean. Let's go.
What I mean, and you know what I mean is that as this show comes to an end, we love that you come and you watch. We love that you hang out. We would love for you to interact with us. Let us know what it is that you want to talk about. Like, comment, and bring all that you got to do. And if you're typically just want to be a voyeur, we got 2 words for you.
Suck it. We're out,
See you
guys.
next week.
Yeah. Smack talking raw. Ron and Pinky in the house. We the main event, yo, the crowd gon' scream. Cena hit the ring, you can see me theme. See a punk pipe bomb, truth getting told. Stephanie Vaquer in the ring looking bold. Pinky's on the mic, Ron's got the play. Dropping hot takes every single day. Mike's blaze, crowds wild, energy tall. Monday night vibes, we bring it on. From the top rope talk to backstage brawl.